Welcome to the show. My guest tonight, the Free Label.
What's up?
What's going on?
Happy to be here.
2/6 of the Free Label.
Exactly.
Who are you individually?
I'm Josh. I'm the saxophone and lead singer.
I'm Matthew. I play bass.
So for people hearing about you for the first time, who are you?
We are a disco R&B soul band from Toronto, Ontario, and we've been touring the past, how many years? 6-7 years of the world. Yeah, playing and writing music and hanging out and bringing energy.
Throwing parties, kicking it.
Yeah, dancing.
Old school.
Can you tell me your origin story? I read something about a Justin Bieber debate.
Oh yeah, this was
Yeah.
we studied in jazz school, so we're sitting at the table.
This is me and Matt.
This is me and Josh here, yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody, we're going around. Everybody's like, "Would you be Justin Bieber right now? As successful as he is, as like big as he is, as important as he is." Everybody's like, "I will never give up my integrity as a jazz musician to be Justin Bieber." And me and Josh were like,
We looked at each other like, what?
"We will be Justin Bieber right
Wow,
now."
Joe, I'll quit this right this second. See you later. I'm out. Let's go.
So we like got up from the table and we're like, "We need to start a band.
Let's start making a band. Yeah, let's start
we need to
making
work
music
together."
Yeah, that's literally how it's kicked off, and found some musicians, and it ended up being these guys. Shout out to I can shout out the other musicians right here. So we got Cole on keys, Malik on guitar, Jason on the drums, and Jacob on the keytar,
Shoulder keyboard.
shoulder keyboard.
When did it go from just a kind of a project to you knew it was legit? You're going to stay with it?
Almost right away. I
Yeah.
feel like we knew we wanted to perform. We knew we wanted to play. So we started booking gigs before we had songs. We started writing songs for the gigs that we have booked. And we were just like pulling people together. I think the first big gig was way back in the day. We played Vaughn Pizza Fest.
Yeah.
And we were like, we had a guitar
good.
player. We had a drummer. We needed a keyboard player. I knew Cole.
Yeah.
And I called Cole and I was like, "You're playing keys." And we just kept going.
Yeah, the band kind of just
We just kept booking gigs.
booking gigs.
I feel like that's why the
hiring
band
people.
never broke up. We had too many gigs.
Yeah,
You couldn't
sure.
leave. We had another gig booked.
Yeah.
Good problem to have.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a good one. Yeah.
So you want to save Canadian disco. I read that too. What does that mean?
Well, right now, like if you were to think of it, like what Canadian disco artist could you call at the top of your head right now? And
Not one.
not one.
I did listen to, have you ever heard of Mickey Mouse Disco?
No.
I had an album growing up. I like
Okay.
to shout out the little guys like Disney.
Yeah.
Just those little ones.
Sorry, go on.
No. Yeah, I mean, Canadian disco, there's really not many bands. I know there's a lot of huge disco acts that came out of all around the world, and Canada's never really known for its disco, or even it's like heavy dance live music scene of that, like specifically for like the disco funk scene. And we're trying to bring it back. We're like one of the only bands that are still doing it live, no tracks, just playing music and making people dance and sing. And you know, yeah. What you guys
I'm trying to move this mic a little closer, but while you're not talking, so I think yeah, man. Like I think you're right. I don't know any Canadian disco acts, and I don't think there has been much through Canadian history. And I think that we're here to bring it. We're here to kick it. We're here to have some fun,
Yeah, bring
throw a
it back.
party, dance, sweat.
Exactly.
Who were some of your initial inspirations?
Starting off, I think the biggest one was James Brown, like right off the hop. Like when we first started the band, we were like, we want to do it live. We want to do it live like James Brown, like doing all the hits, like give me a one. All that kind of stuff is always in our music. And that was the initial one. And then it really grew towards like this Prince, Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak, like that kind of thing. Grew into that. And then eventually once we got Jason and Jacob in the band, it kind of just like became our own sound of just like meshing all of our ideas. We write all our music together, so that the inspirations kind of just like brought us to a point, and then now it's just we recall from our own, right?
Yeah, your sound is not just disco at all. How do you describe the blend?
When we first started the band, we really didn't want to be labeled down by anything. We didn't want to be constricted to a sort of genre that would like kind of define us. So that's where the name, the Free Label, came from. And I think that has continued as we started to narrow down the exact music that we wanted to play. But I don't think that we don't really want to be limited by something that we have the ability to do, but isn't in our genre or isn't in our style of music. So it just keeps evolving. Like we definitely pull from R&B. We'll definitely pull from jazz. We'll pull from anything. We'll pull from hip hop. We don't really care. Pull from rock. We'll rip a nasty guitar solo on a record. We do not care, because if it's in our ability to do it and we like what we're producing, what we're putting out, we put it down, we make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think your most defining song is so far? Not your most popular, but one that really, shows the sound.
I guess a specific sound. I would say right now, I think for us, Change Your Mind was such a pinnacle change in our music, where we found something recently that we all worked on together, like 100%, all 6 of us in a room writing the song. And I think that one was just the one that really showed us like what we can do with like blending the sounds of like disco and R&B and soul and having that dance funk feeling and the big horn ending and like all that kind of stuff. It's just, that one for me was the biggest change, at least production and playing wise. That song is like all live. There's no like there's random little sounds on it, but it's all played in the studio off the floor, right? Which is cool. And a lot of the other stuff before, we didn't have a lot of chances to get in the studio. So some of it's produced or some of it's kind of like, done in the box, but this one was fully live in the studio. Yeah.
Do you think if I pop a video in right here, I'll get a copyright strike?
we can make it not happen.
We can figure it out. We can figure it out.
I'm going to show it right now then.
Let's ride this roller coaster. Just jump right in, I'll show you. You can't keep me waiting for this long. Just ain't right. But you kiss me through the phone and I catch a vibe. So what's it gonna be, you and me tonight? Ooh, what's it gonna be, baby? Ooh, what's it gonna be, baby?
And we're back. That was awesome.
Whoa.
Fire. That's sick. I think to maybe piggyback on the defining song, I think as an artist or as like a releasing artist that releases music, by the time anybody gets to hear what you're putting out, you're already like a year ahead. Like by the time Change Your Mind came out, we already have a bunch of songs written. We're already working on new music. So it's funny to always go back to your releases being like, now I got to get back into Change Your Mind mode. I feel like the songs that do define us are songs that people haven't heard yet, unless you come to the live shows. Then you can hear them and you'll know what I'm talking about.
So you recently, how recent, your last 2 singles? You did 2 singles and before that was an album?
Yep.
Can you tell me about that album and the whole story behind it?
Yeah, Songs for Sienna was exactly what Matt was saying. It was written over the years of touring. I think it was about 2 years of touring in a Toyota Sienna.
Yeah.
And that's where we got kind of the name from. While we were driving, we destroyed this van. Can't believe it still was driving by the time I brought it home. It was basically all 6 of us, plus merch, plus our drum kits, everything was stuffed into this van. And we drove it across all over Canada and the US. And oh my God, we put mileage on that thing. And we wrote all the songs in the van. So a lot of the time somebody's in the back playing and Matt will open up his laptop in the front. We'll plug it in the aux into this old Toyota Sienna. And then we'd like sing stuff and plug in a keyboard and try and figure it out. And a lot of the songs came from the stories on the road. And that's why we wanted to personify it into a person or like a girl that we like write the songs about, right? And it kind of made it, that's kind of how we got the picture of the album, right? If you look really closely on if anyone who's got the vinyl or one of the posters, you could see that the album cover is actually in a car. So we set it up with like a little vinyl player with her and it kind of like sitting in the back of it, like just smoking a cigarette. Like it seems like you're in like a house, but really you're in the back of the van, which is kind of cool.
Like the rest of us.
Yeah, just like the rest of us.
In the back of the van with
a
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a pretty tight space for everyone to be in.
Oh yeah.
Those aren't like a tour van.
No.
Not like what we got now.
Yeah. We've upgraded. We've upgraded.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like those were some of the comfiest seats like ever.
Yeah.
Like that Toyota Sienna was so comfortable.
It's pretty cozy.
Yeah. And it was
you're
like
in the front,
tight and it would like squeeze you to sleep, you know, like a pressure blanket. And And then every so often something could hit you in the head, wake you up. So it keeps you alert.
Yeah. If you were in the front, it's really cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were in the back, it wasn't.
You must have gotten really close in that time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We became family. That's how
I think one of the things about Songs for Sienna is, as the band came together, we started to play, like we could perform with each other very quick. We got update on the songs, we got up to date on everything, and we were performing. And I think Songs for Sienna is really the tale of like all of us traveling on the road, learning to write songs with each other rather than just perform them. Because Jason and Jacob were the newest additions to the band, and they're just so good, and they were so quick on the like, all right, we're going on tour, and then we were ready to go on tour. Like it was almost no prep, not a lot of rehearsal. We just started rehearsing them on the road, and they were like, gig or two, perfect. Even the first gig went amazing.
Yeah.
And that process of traveling and playing so many shows all across Canada, all across the United States, and then like writing this record at the same time was like us really becoming close friends, best friends, and getting to know each other and being like, okay, now I can write a song from Josh's experience that I had adjacent with him, you know?
Because we're experiencing it all mostly at the same time.
Yeah, I'm in the room with Jason and I know what's happening to him. So our songs started to become like, I can almost write from Jason's perspective or about what I see of Jason, and Jason can write from my perspective. And it was just like, we really grew together for this album. This album was like a tale of 6 people becoming friends, getting to know each other.
How do you write with 6 people? How does that go? That seems like a lot of cooks in the kitchen, you know?
It's, you know what? It started really difficult, and then we learned very quickly how to trust each other and like know that like I know Matt's an amazing bass player and an amazing writer, and he knows that same like towards me. So we all just began to trust each other. And the biggest thing we always said, even for anyone out there writing with like multiple people, never say no right away. The no energy is like not it. It's just a bad move. Like you can always try something and make a decision based on that rather than just like shooting down a negative energy right away and just being like, no, that's not going to work. It's like, with all 6 of us in a room trying things, if somebody comes up with something, we try it right away or try and make it work and see the best possible way to do it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And then we all agree and we all know that we have enough musical knowledge and understanding to be able to be like, nah, that's either good or bad. And it became really easy after you just trust each other and write long enough with each other, you end up not arguing. And yeses are always a lot easier than everyone being like, no. If everyone's saying yes and we're all like, oh, let's try it, the energy becomes so good, it ends up turning into something good every time. Right?
What happens when collabs come into it? How does that change it?
A lot of the times when working with other artists, I think we are so good, all 6 of us are so good at putting on different hats, since we can all play instruments, we can all produce, we can all write, we can all perform. So it's very easy to be like, okay, well, like I'm the producer now, or like, okay, this guy, the artist wants to come in, wants to take more of a production role. Okay, tell me what to do. Like I'm down to play. Okay, the artist is more of a musician, less of a writer. Be like, okay, now if they play bass, I say, but if they play bass, here, take the bass, I'll start writing. You know, like we're so fluid. All 6 of us are so fluid in our writing and creating that it's not hard for us to collab with really anybody. And we're down to do it because
it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And it's as much as there's 6 people, add a 7th person. As long as, and they can stay stubborn and stay in their lane, and it's not going to really bug us.
Yeah. Because they want to do something, they do it, and then yeah.
And I think it's the don't say no energy is really easy. And when you have the ability to hop out of writing mode or bass playing mode or piano mode, whatever you want to say, or hop into production mode and be like, okay, cool. If you wanna start playing guitar, play guitar. I'll go on the computer and I'll figure out something, or I'll go get a coffee, man.
Yeah, just playing off each other's strengths, I think, is the biggest thing, right? A lot of times, like I love writing lyrics. I play instruments for sure, but a lot of times I'm not really touching then it becomes too many cooks in the kitchen. We're all touching the keyboard. But sometimes if everyone's touching the keyboard, usually somebody hears something and we'll all be like, oh, what's that? Or even writing with vocalists, like we're working on a couple tunes, can't disclose anything yet because we've been cooking, but we're working on some tunes with people even across the world right now in Europe, and we're kind of like just over like what is it, Zoom? We're on like Zoom calls trying to like delay time, and we're like, oh God, it's tough, but you figure it out. You kind of just work with everybody. It's the yes energy. You just got to keep that.
I think we want to, when we're writing and we're creating, even when we're performing, we're trying to bring out everybody's strengths, everybody's best.
Yeah.
And to do that, you sometimes have to take a back seat of what you think maybe your best will be.
Do you ever collab with someone and then after that sound kind of works it into your music long term? Or also, how did the newest band members come in and change the sound overall?
I don't think we were, like, I think what people hear in Songs for Sienna and what we've been performing for the past couple of years, I don't think we were that band without Jason and Jacob. Like, they added such an important piece to this puzzle that really solidified our new sound. Everything you hear as Songs for Sienna, I don't think could happen without Jason or Jacob.
Yeah, I think once they joined, it was very much like a new line that was formed, and that's the line that's stuck, and it's always been that. Now, I feel like that's the final formation of about 4 years ago when we really felt like we were the free label, and this is like the final form. And to the other question, what was it? Sorry, the beginning of it.
A collab will affect your sound long term. Maybe you learn things from those people.
I think it goes back to allowing people to bring out their best, and everybody's got. If you always stay the student, everybody can be the teacher, you know? Like you can always learn from somebody and be like, oh, I would have never thought of doing something like that. And then we'll go and be like, yo, we should do something like that.
Yeah, like that, yeah. I think a biggest thing for me was always songwriters. Every time I work with a songwriter, I'm like, I'm always in band mode where I'm always like, oh, we all got to do this thing. And then every time I learn from a songwriter who's just solely in how the song sounds, it's very different. It's a very different mindset. So it's always learning something, with different collaborators. So yeah, it's always fun.
How did touring in that Sienna and the grind of kind of the early days prepare you for this stage of your career?
Oh, it was everything. That was
I think at least for performance-wise.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's lots of stuff writing-wise we could say, but performance-wise, it literally, there's nothing that could happen on stage that could phase us. We just...
There's been shows where, you're like, how many shows are we on tour now? Like in that, it's so many. The like in the Sienna van, we did about 180 shows in 1 year, right? And it was just nonstop. And at certain points, it just preps you to be like, we were on stage and the lights turned off, the bass and guitar turned off, the vocals turned off. There was just keys and I think kick drum.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the only thing that was live. And we were just like, I just started clapping. I was like, oh no, you got to clap your hand. Everybody now. And I just screamed it to the audience and it ended up like just going along until everything turned on and everybody started laughing and just enjoying it. It doesn't matter. Like if you don't prep yourself till you've done so many, it's like the 10,000 hours rule. Yeah. And that tour in the Sienna just prepped us for it now. That made it just so easy. We could just pull up and play anywhere, right?
I remember one time at the Stampede, I jumped from the stage to the subs and there was like enough that I could probably jump back, but I was there and I was on the sub, partying on the subs. Instead of getting off the subs and walking around, getting back on the stage, I'm like, I'm gonna jump this. I'm gonna jump right back on the stage. I missed the stage.
Yeah.
I missed the stage, landed. I broke one of my wireless pieces for my instrument. And I was like, you know what? Next time you learn. You don't jump you could jump. I jumped from the stage to the subs. That was great. Then after that, you do your thing.
You walk around.
You get back. You take the walk of shame, back up the stairs, back onto the stage.
Yeah, how many times have we fallen on stage? I think I've fallen like 4 or 5 times easily jumping off that. Just
yeah.
Because it's high energy, right? So you're probably doing stuff like that all the time.
Oh yeah.
So what happened? You kind of went viral at one point, right?
Yeah.
Was it a specific song, and how did it feel?
It was a specific song. We started doing. I was saying to the guys, I was like, we need to do. There was like one clip. What was it? What You Won't Do for Love, I think it was the first one that went crazy viral. It was already going viral on TikTok, I think. And at the time, and I was scrolling through TikTok looking up a bunch of different videos. And I'm like, what could we do that's like our thing that would be similar to what's happening online, like a lot of these songs and covers, without it being like such a cover band, quote unquote thing, and like a little bit more different, a little bit ours. And then we just started playing with different camera angles, and then one just hit like 1 million views in like a day. And we were like, oh, let's do that again. And we're like, everybody get to it. It was all filmed at Cole's house. So we were like, everyone to Cole's house right now. And we just basically started filming as many as we could. And then a lot of them just started working. As soon as it kind of goes viral, Instagram and TikTok just start pushing you in general. And as long as it's similar content and similar things, like a lot of the biggest one was Change Your Mind. When we did like all 6 of us doing like the dance move thing that we do live anyway to the song, squish us all into like this little 6th thing. And like it's like we all jammed here, and it's just started working. Once you find that like niche little thing that you like and it's fun to do, then it becomes a lot easier. I think it's when it's natural. Sorry, when that's the main thing. I think a lot of people force the virality, and it doesn't work. It's got to feel good, and you got to do it the first time and just make it fun, or else if you do the same thing and you're like, we could see it. We know when you've done the same take 20 times and you're in this viral video, you're like, I hate this. Yeah. So we always do something whenever we're filming. We're like, okay, we have an hour. If we're doing a song, we're doing it once and that's it. It's just one shot, nail it, have fun with it. And if it sucks and we're not using it, that's just it.
I think Thelonious Monk wouldn't take anything past the second take. And if he didn't get it on the second take, it wasn't going on the album.
Yeah,
nice.
It's a big thing, and it did feel amazing. It was really cool. I know we were chasing numbers for a moment. I know a lot of that happens because you get so excited that you're like, oh, we're viral, and then we really stopped doing that. We're like, you know what? That's not the move. It doesn't help you go viral by chasing numbers. Numbers are numbers. Just have fun. And every time we do that, we started making better videos, and then all of a sudden the numbers start jumping back up because we're having fun again, and it becomes more natural. That's the biggest advice I could give for that.
How did it change your careers?
We got a lot. We get to do more of these.
Yeah, we get to do more of these. This is fun.
We never did this before.
I think one of the craziest things is that we always had this arbitrary number in our head that this is going to be the number where it all works, man. We get 50,000. It's going to be crazy. And now we're at 200 some odd. I don't remember, but it was like 50,000. That's going to be it. That's going to be all the festivals. And then you get to 50,000 and you're like, this is pretty cool, but more plays, more people, more fans. You get to interact with people more often, but still nothing. So 100,000's got to be it, man. Then you get to 100,000, you're like, okay, like it's all cool. Right. Like it lets you have more visibility, offers more opportunity. That's 100%. But has it like changed our lives?
No.
We're still.
We just look cooler now.
Yeah.
You know what it does? It's when you like meet someone new and you're like, hey, you're in a band? And we're like, yeah, we're in a band. And they're like, oh yeah, cool. And then they check you on Instagram and they're like, dude, you're like famous. And you're like, sure.
Well, no, to them, I'm like, yeah, 100% I'm famous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm way more famous than you'll ever be. Normal person.
It doesn't help. I think it helps career slightly. I think it does. It definitely does like the whole, everybody looks at you now and they're like, oh, I can try and promote a product or any kind of like opportunities like that. But other than that, it doesn't get us more festivals. The grind that we did in the Sienna is what got us the festivals. Yeah. We went out and played. We did the shows. We pulled up to every city we could and played for 10 people. And that's what we did.
Touring and performing has generated us more opportunity than Instagram has ever. Yeah. And which is awesome because I would rather make real human connections and let my success ride off that than a viral video that, don't get me wrong, keep streaming my videos. You know what I mean? Just keep streaming our videos. Yeah. I am down to have that success, but I'm very happy that human connection has given us more success than anything else.
Did you feel like finally your work had paid off at that time?
I mean, I think
it validated a lot of the work for sure.
Josh, you were handling most of the social media, so it was pretty cool, I think, for all of us to be like, hey, we did 2,000 videos before the first video worked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was cool to be like,
it was nice.
Josh, you did a good job, man. Like
you figured it out.
You figured it out. Like you really set this thing in motion. And so that was awesome.
That was cool. It felt really good to figure out like, oh, okay, this really works. We have a thing that works for us that we like, that isn't just us like, I don't know, like playing a game. Like I don't like going viral on those videos.
Yeah, like rolling the $50
$50 bill across the thing. And, we're not.
I gotta cancel something really quick.
No, not for anybody else. But it didn't feel good for us to do it.
Yeah.
It was fake, and I think the biggest thing on social media is, and like I said about human connection, is that and obviously it's digital, But if you can make it so that you can connect with these people in a genuine way, or anybody looking at you, then I feel that will always give more success. And if I was rolling a ball into a hole to win my friend's $20 that I'm going to give back to him anyways, like, I think that would be, I'd be like, yeah, like, I don't care.
Making those
I think
videos.
you'll be able to tell.
Yeah, I'm more happy with the virality of it being like a lot of the videos are us playing live, and it's just us jamming, and it's like we're showing you that like this could be really sick if you come to a show, right? Like this is what we've always wanted. It's like all we want to do is play music. We just want to play music and go out and tour and have fun with new people and new fans and friends, and that's the biggest thing. So if that's what you're watching and that's what brings you to a show, sick. That's what I want.
Yeah, one of the live YouTube videos I saw was so good.
Thank you.
So good.
Yeah, live in Danderand. That's actually where we recorded Songs for Sienna.
Nice.
All in there. So it was cool to go back and just like live.
Yeah, what did we do? We were coming off a tour. We had 2 days free. We needed a live video. So did we fly into Danderand that time?
No, we drove.
No, we drove.
We drove like 40 hours from Calgary, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we were from Calgary, drove to Danderand through Montreal.
Right here.
And then you were sick as a dog.
Yeah,
we
I was
pumped it all out in like.
I was dying.
Yeah.
I was like so sick. And thank God we got an Airbnb that had like a sauna.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So me and Jake were really sick. I know that for sure. And we were in the sauna every morning and night, just being like, oh, please get better. And then we woke up and did the shoot, and it was like a 9-hour shoot of that day. And a lot of it was just like 1 or 2 takes. And we just played the whole set.
I think everything was at most 2 takes.
Yeah, at most. I think a couple of them were 1 take, and we're like, that's great.
Yeah, we don't want to do anymore.
No, I'm not doing it again. Next take.
We do not want to do another take.
And it was all 1 day. It was craziness, but that was fun though. It's it.
Yeah, it was like a tiny desk vibes.
Yeah.
Sick.
So good.
Yeah, I love it. We're gonna be definitely doing that again. That's 100%.
How has all that changed the crowds at your shows? And is it weird having all this extra attention all of a sudden?
No, I love it. I love the attention. I think in Toronto, especially, we've been grinding Toronto for so long, going from like, oh my God, playing for like literally 20 people in a tiny little bar, crunched into a room maybe smaller than this one, and like playing to,
Our first show was at the Cavern. It's not there anymore. It was under a hostel in Toronto. And that was like.
And then we just sold out Axis Club, which was like 650 people, which is crazy.
The former Mod Club.
Former Mod Club, yeah.
A lot of competition there too, so it's
fun, man. I think starting the band in Toronto really taught us that we can how to play for any crowd, and we've taken the knowledge that we've learned in our city to around the world to be like, okay, we have a bead, because Toronto audiences, I'm sorry to tell you guys, but you guys are tough. You guys are a tough audience.
They take a while to love you. They take a minute to love you, really, and then when they love you, they love you.
They love you the most.
The most.
But you got to get them to love you first. And not that our audiences are incredible. But when we were starting out, you got to convince people. And the people that we've developed now are like family. We try to come out and embrace everybody that is coming out to any of our shows, because we truly love them and like want them to connect with us. And as much as, like I said, human connection, that's our bag. I want to know the people that are coming out. I want to see the people that are coming out, and I want to get their experiences and see how they felt about what we're doing.
So how has your touring changed? How far did you go at first, and how big and wide have the tours gotten?
We've toured, I think we hit a total of 91 countries that we went through, or like total that I've seen, at least that we've gone around. It's been a lot. We did major tours through US and Canada. Obviously, we did a big Europe tour. We're going to be doing another one next year as well. We toured Australia as well.
Australia was fun because we didn't have anything booked, and we just had a couple friends, and we were like, we were in Sydney and we were in Melbourne mainly. And we were like, we're going to sell out a show in Sydney, and we're going to sell out a show in Melbourne, and we're going to do it by booking the show and then meeting people afterwards. And we just kind of went around, talked to people, went through the malls, went through the streets.
Showed up to jams.
Showed up to the jams many times.
Monday Jam. Shout out Monday Jam. That was so sick.
And we were like, we're going to sell this out. So
And it did.
And it did.
Nice.
Actually, Australia crowds were the craziest crowds I think we've ever had.
That was
ever.
That was a fun time.
Yeah.
I was going to ask that. Where has there been a place where you're really surprised how great your reception is?
I think in it was Sydney was the loudest audience for probably like 200 people, maybe 150 people.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I was going deaf. It
felt like the Beatles, like can't hear your own music.
Yeah, it felt like that. They were screaming, and it was very fun. It was very fun. That was a very shocking time because we basically got there. Like we said, and we were just running around trying to find a show, and we went to a Monday jam, and one of the sound guys, I believe it was, he was like, "Yo, I got a show for you guys. This bar is reopening, and we'd love for you to headline it." And we're like, oh, "Okay, let's do it." We booked it in, and literally it was the Friday coming, right? It was Monday jam. He's like, "You're playing Friday." And when we pulled up, it was sold out already. And within like 3-4 days, it sold out online, and it was lineups trying to get in. And there was 2 opening bands and us, and it was crazy. The people just love music out there. They love to dance and have a good time, and it's a lot of fun. Calgary's another huge spot for us, actually. We always have a really good time here. The crowds here are so fun. Everybody likes to dance and have a good time. Nobody's quiet. I hate going to shows where, especially us, a disco funk show, that's like it's high energy. So like you can make as much noise as you want. Like that's the whole thing. The more energy you give us, the more energy we're going to get back. And like here in Calgary, everyone's dancing before we even start. People are yelling, shouting out every time somebody does a solo or something cool. Everyone cheers. It's fun. It's very fun to play here.
I think one of the cities that was surprising, but maybe not surprising in a way like I didn't know, but we hadn't played in Toronto for like a whole year. And this was going off of like 5 years playing like 3 times a month, as much as we could in the city. And coming back home into like the biggest venue we've ever played in the city, really, and like to see everybody that we've seen at shows for years and to see a bunch of people that we've never met, some people that flew in from the United States to come see us play. And that was maybe, I wasn't surprised per se in the way that I was like, I can't believe, I was surprised in the way that like we haven't been home for so long, and to hear and to play at home and play in a city that we like worked so hard to develop and like create a fan base there to get that reaction was really incredible. That was surprising to me to be like, oh yeah, like this is what it's like.
Yeah.
We don't get to play at home too much no more.
You go get popular and then you come back and they're claiming you. They're like, that's our band.
That's our band.
Yeah. Claim me.
They do. We're down.
I'm going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
For real.
Hey everyone, if you're new to the show, please subscribe on YouTube. That's a really important one. Lots of listeners on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio. Keep subscribing there. Share it with someone. If you think it's a cool concept, share it with your friends. We want to keep it going. So yeah, thanks so much. Stay tuned for more Deets. And we're back. So what's a behind the scenes thing that people don't realize? Like they see the high energy shows and you're just going to show. What's something that's kind of still a grind behind the scenes?
We're still, there's 6 of us. We're booking 2 hotel rooms. We're sleeping 2 to a bed. The biggest grind, the craziest thing about, I always think the hardest thing about performing is that you perform late. So we're always getting back to the hotel around after midnight, guaranteed.
At least.
And then you got to be up usually around 8 or 9 to get back on the road to get to the next city. That's the hardest part. And then it's like a 4 or 5 hour drive sometimes 8. But that, I think like I wouldn't trade this for the world, but I would trade that any day of the week to be out of my life. Is getting back at 2 a.m., trying to sleep, and you're still buzzing from the performance. So you're asleep by 3 or 4, and you're waking up at 9, and you're back in the van, getting on the road and driving.
The adrenaline is crazy. It's hard. I mean, there's so many behind the scenes things that are like, like as a musician now, you have to be like a social media manager, and then you gotta whatever and send an email and do this and we gotta drive to the next spot and we gotta do it. It's a lot of stuff, but I mean it's the most rewarding job ever when you pull up to a venue and everyone like screaming your name and having fun, man. It's cool. The hardest part I think is after the scenes where you're partying every night and you're just like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Yeah. And it's like, because it's for you, it's one night, but for us, it's every night. Right? Yeah. So it never changes, which I, again, would never give up. Right. That's like the whole fun of it. And I love it. And it's awesome, but it is tiring. Definitely. That's the hardest part, I think, is going to bed at like 4. And then like, I think there's one time we were doing Bands of Enchantment. We were
that was
flying
crazy.
out to play Bands of Enchantment on Prime.
In Albuquerque.
In Albuquerque, yeah. We played a festival and we headlined it. So we were playing until 1 a.m. We drove to Detroit straight after the show.
Catch a flight at like 3.
Catch a flight
So
at
we were
3 or 4 in the morning.
speeding.
So we were flying, from London, Ontario, all the way out to Detroit, park the van, fly down Albuquerque, wake up at, get
But
there.
we didn't sleep.
We didn't really sleep over
Take
the
the
flight.
red eye.
Yeah, take the red eye, wake up, don't even get a chance to check in, go straight to the venue, shower at the venue. I'm like trying to warm up. I'm like screaming in the steaming hot shower to try and get my voice back. And then straight to a video shoot, like by 11 a.m. So like we had no sleep, no nothing. Like that's the grind of being a musician and doing it. But it was sick. We killed it. It was so fun.
Bands of Enchantment on Amazon Prime and Tubi.
Yeah.
That is like a real rock star lifestyle, though.
Yeah.
It's fun, man. There was one tour though that everybody was like, it was like 3 or 4 gigs in a row, and like we're down for the after party. If somebody's like, "Yo, there's an after party," we'll probably try and show up. And but the after parties kept being karaoke, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
"This is I just finished. We just finished singing.
Stop
the last thing I
inviting
want
us.
to do is hop in, and then you get there and like the band's here. Get to
go to
sing karaoke,
sing.
and we're like, we just want to drink tequila shots,
I'm not doing
man.
that. I always get forced to say, I'm like, no, I'm not doing
We
that.
just finished this, and it was like a karaoke, and it was like somebody's like, "You want to come to the after party?" It was like karaoke. It was like, "You want to come to the after party?" It was like karaoke.
Or they don't tell you anymore.
Yeah.
Now they're just like, you want to come to the after party? We're like, yeah. Meet us here. You pull up in the bar, it's just a karaoke bar. We're like, no.
This sucks,
We're like, I'm
man.
leaving.
I want to get shawarma.
Yeah.
So why did you guys decide to do singles? And are you going to do another album?
For this one specifically, we did like the little 2-track there. That's the recent come out, which was kind of our transition album into what's coming next. We will have a lot of new music coming out next year, and it's going to be a mix of singles. We're looking to put out another album, maybe 2 parts of an album. We have a lot of songs written and a lot of collabs coming, so it's kind of like it depends on the situation. Like if you're doing a collab with somebody, generally it's a single, right? And then as it all adds up, if it all kind of works together, it could be an album. But this one we have a very tight knit schedule of like what we kind of want to put out next year, which will most likely be another part 1 album and possibly a part 2.
We have some international collabs we're trying to work on, collaborations with artists from around the world. That's going to be a big part of this album, maybe a Free Label and Friends album. You know, we control all our own music, so we're just kind of like trying to figure out how we want to do these things, but we have so much music done that we're just like, we got to figure out how to put this out.
Yeah, a lot of times singles is like does better sometimes, but sometimes everybody's just like, put out a whole album. I need like 10 songs from you, and you're like, okay, well, so it's all on us at this point. I really want some new music videos. That's what we're working on. We haven't really put out a lot of those. Like a lot of it's live off the floor on YouTube, which we love, and we're going to continue to do that for sure. But we're working on some cool music videos as well that we're going to be putting out next year.
Do you have anything that just works better live that you just keep in your live rotation that's not going to be on a album or anything?
We ended up putting it out, but Prince,
Prince,
Live in Dandaran was probably
because people requested it.
It just, people wanted it. We weren't going to put it out. We were just going to kind of leave that live. And then people were like, we need it. So we put it out for them.
Yeah.
But for us, I think that song is a live song.
Yeah.
That's stuff
energy.
that we play. It ends the show. It ends the show almost every show. And that song is a song that for us, it's hard to put down on.
Just even in the live
paper.
on Dandaran one, it just doesn't feel as crazy as when you're like live at the show. Just the lights, the everything, the energy, you're not going to get it the same.
Yeah.
It's so hard to capture that moment.
We play it way faster live too.
Yeah, we do. We play it. Yeah, exactly. Like usually in the studio, you get like a click track and you're like, let's just do it to a click so it's perfect and whatever. But then it always changes it. It always changes the feeling of it. So that the live one is the one you want to see anyway. But that's the one that I think it came out anyway, but it is the one that I think.
I really want to do a live DVD.
Nice.
Live DVD performance of maybe our next Toronto show. We don't know. We're going to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do one where you have to cue it up with like the Wizard of Oz or something like
Yeah.
that.
No, that'd be fire.
Scratches out.
That'd be fire. I want to do like a big like comedian intro, like a little comedian skit at the
Oh,
beginning.
that'd be sick. Yeah.
And then we'll walk on stage. We'll get somebody to announce us and do like the Free Label live in Toronto. I can't say the venue yet, but live in Toronto.
That'd be awesome. How have you changed since starting the band? Not as a musician, but like personally, how have you changed?
Whoa.
I think
Has fame gotten to you?
It's gotten to me. No, I don't think we're famous enough anyway. But for me, I think we've partied a lot less, to be honest with you.
Well, partied a lot less this year.
This year.
Honestly, like not really, because in the beginning of the year we were going pretty hard. Now it was just we had to drive from Virginia to British Columbia, and that was like,
yeah,
that really took a lot of the partying out of my sails. You know, I didn't want to reach a lot of after parties after having to drive 10, 12 hours every day.
Home. Yeah. It's good. It's so I mean, we're getting older. A lot of us are maturing. It's kind of like you could party all you want when you're 18 years old, but now it's a lot harder to do it every single night. But
I'm still down to party when the party's there. You know what I've gotten? I've gotten a better sense of when the party's there.
That's what it is.
Like
That's
when I know it's going to be sick and when you're inviting me to karaoke. You know what I mean? I'm starting to read it. Starting to read it. Starting to be able to be like, this is going to be a wild night. I'm going to go to the sun comes up versus you're trying to get me to go to a karaoke bar and I'm going to go eat shawarma.
100%. Yeah.
Do you also know when people are trying to kind of get into your circle to get famous?
I don't know if we have that, just because I think we try and be open to as many people and experiences as possible. I'm not, if you want to hang around, man, hang around.
Generally,
I'm down. If you're
nice.
making the effort to show up, we're down to have you, because we just want to meet new people and develop our experiences. Everything that we've done for the sake of the music. And I think that experience is what drives creativity, at least in my case.
Mm-hmm. And usually when we meet somebody, like, who really wants to hang out with the band, and they come out and even just like come out to a bar and say like, oh, let me buy you drinks, let's all hang out. And it's usually a really good time. They're usually, they've never been really that weird. They've been, nice. I'm always scared that they're going to be super weird, but it's like, no, it's generally they're so nice. And you're meeting somebody who's like, I'd rather hang out with a super fan like the whole night and hang out like with them and all of us out, so that we just keep that fan forever, then just be like, oh, let's just leave and go home. I'll take the long drive. And
we've showed up at people's houses. They're like, you want to come over? I'm going to do an after party. We'll come.
Yeah, we'll show up.
Nice.
I want to be there.
That's cool.
I want something to do. I don't live in this city.
Like
I don't know what to do.
Like Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff's the best,
Jeff's
man.
the best, dude. And we met this guy out in Portland, Oregon, and he loves honey. It's like the whole thing is he's got a honey company, and his honey is amazing. It's so good. And he's shown up to so many shows. The first time we met him, he bought like every single piece of merch we had. And then he said, hey, you guys want to come over and he'll like make us food and just hang out. And he's the nicest guy. Yeah,
got a bunch of honey.
Yeah.
I was kind of using you to get free Disney Plus when I shouted out Disney earlier.
Yeah.
So
hopefully it works out.
I hope you get free Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
I'll share the password.
Yeah, that's all we need.
So what advice do you have for musicians just starting out?
100% practice is key. Obviously, you should always practice, but I think the biggest thing is go watch shows, and the music, go watch shows. Go watch as many shows as possible. That's 100% a thing.
I think when you watch the shows, see what you lack. I think the biggest thing for us has always been like, we go and see a band, we go and see music, and I'm like, what is this? How is this different and better to me? Mm-hmm. And as long as like, I think if you stay the student, then you'll always learn. And like, how are they doing something better than I am? And can I incorporate that into myself? And can we incorporate that as a band?
Mm-hmm. That's a big thing. I think the music industry, as much as everybody makes it seem like it's a huge competition, it's not. There's so many people in this world. There's a million people who are going to like you and a million people who are going to like me. And that's a million people. And that is, what is that? Not even 1% of the population. You know what I mean? And that's a million people, right? So like, there's so much to learn and so much to do. You can find your own path in music, but like knowing that I can learn off of somebody else and go watch them and like practice that and meet more people. Like every time we go to a show, we're so excited that a band is better than us. Yeah. That is the coolest. We hope that you're better than us so that we can learn something. Like when we saw Mono Neon and
that was awesome.
And
Incognito.
I was at side stage just in awe. Like I didn't think I closed my mouth. I was just like the whole show, because it was just the most incredible thing I've ever watched. And I learned so much from everyone in that band. And it's just cool. It's that I care that they're better than. That's amazing that they're better than. That shows so much practice and dedication that they have, and that's where I could get to. I could see a level where I'm like hoping I could be that good when I'm their age. And yeah, it's just inspiring, and it should inspire you.
I think for other young artists, other musicians, perform live, but perform live and take note of what you can improve on. And it doesn't matter just like, oh, I screwed up a note. Nobody cares about that. Nobody's going to hear it. It's music goes by in milliseconds. So as long as you keep performance going, that's good. But see how people react to your songs. See how people react to what you're doing, because that's the important part. Is that, are you coming across in the way that you want to come across? And is your performance built to support the songs that you have? I feel like we've learned a lot of like, we've built our sets in a way that we feel that every song will have its most impactful moment. Because I think there's a lot of times where we used to have songs that we were like, this song, is this a bad song? Is this song, do people not like this song? And then we've moved it in the set and people love that song.
Yeah.
It's because
Interesting.
A full performance is like one big song, you know? You need to build it in a way where it hits its peak, it hits its chorus, it hits its part where it grabs the people, it lets them relax, it allows them to dance, it allows them to move on their own. And you have to develop that by just doing it a million times. I think that a lot of people be like, I don't like this song's bad, this song's it. And then you don't realize you had an hour performance, you put the slow song in the beginning. And nobody wanted the slow song in the beginning, at least for us, because we're dance music. Everybody's going to have a different way to do it. If you're playing slow music, if you're playing ballads, you need to know where you can grab them and how to do it. But we've realized that like, yeah, if we put the slow song at minute 5 of the performance, people are going to be like, okay, well, I'm just going to, second song, I'm grabbing a beer.
Yeah.
And then you lose them. Then you got to bring them back. So you need to know when people need a break. Like sometimes we'll play a song and people are talking and we're like, that's okay, because this is the song that's meant for you to relax, because we just made you dance for 45 minutes. Now you need a break, you know? So
okay, go get a beer. You're good.
Yeah. We want you to go grab a beer.
Yeah.
Because these next couple songs are going to be sick. And you're going to want a beer.
It's all a learning experience. Definitely play live and go test your music out and play in front of people and practice and
play
watch
unreleased
people.
music.
Yeah. That's what we did. All of Songs for Sienna we toured it for 2 years before we released it, which is the weirdest thing to do ever because nobody does that. But
that's
we were
like what stand-up comedians do, kind of.
Yeah.
Test your set. Is it funny? Like, exactly. Yeah. It's like, I mean, test your songs. Are they good? Let's see. Let's find out. And and don't be mad when it doesn't. Or is it moving around in the set? Or is it like try a different way? Maybe we can speed it up, slow it down, whatever. There's so many ways to do it. We learned so much off doing that. Like all of our new songs. Like if you come to a show right now, you'll hear probably 2 or 3 new songs that we're just like playing around with. That we're like,
how do we do it?
Yeah. How do we do it? How do we change the bridge? How do we make the ending even more exciting? Right? There's so many things you could do. And that's the biggest advice, I think.
Yeah, I don't think you can really, and like you said about comedians, I don't think you can really know a set until you've performed it in front of people, and you'll really know how it feels in the air, and how it develops with an audience. Because people and energy change the way you perform, and then the way that your songs are even taken. You could sometimes you'll see that the ballad is maybe the most energetic song, and it grabs people. Like you could never grab anybody with a dance song. Sometimes the dance song is where, like, that's when people really let loose,
Yeah.
Or the bridge is slow, but that's where everybody starts to really like get into it. You never know. You got to hear it in the air.
So what do you hope the next 5 years looks like for you?
We keep doing what we're doing, man.
Yeah. Bigger and better shows. Bigger and better shows.
More music.
I think that's I think the biggest thing is the chasing numbers thing, right? It's like, we can make some realistic goals for sure. I hope we have 1 million followers by next year. That'd be awesome. But at the same time, if we don't, we're still going to be playing shows and we're still going to keep doing it. So it doesn't matter. But I think, bigger, better shows, bigger albums, more and more content for you guys. That's what it looks like for me, at least. Yeah.
I think people like from the beginning of starting this band, people have been like, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 5-year plan? And me and Josh have been like, we don't know what our 2-week plan is.
I don't know what I'm doing Friday.
Yeah.
So.
Like, I don't know. Like, we're booking shows. Like, when we first started the band, we were doing all the bookings. We were like, we're booking shows every month. I don't know what I'm going to do next month, let alone 5 years. And I think that was always a good thing, is that we had goals and we had aspirations, but we never really knew what our 5-year plan was because it was so volatile. We could be like up 1 month, and all of a sudden all our gigs come in 1 month and we're playing like every weekend, or it could be like down 1 month and we weren't playing anything, at least in the beginning. Now we kind of know what's happening through the year.
Starts to get a little clearer every time now, working with agencies.
I think as long as we're together playing music, that's in 5 years. That's my plan.
Plug everything.
Here we go.
Where do people find you?
Okay, the biggest thing is
actually, where do you want them to start? Let's say they've never heard you. Where do you want them to start? Not just go find you, but like the first song or something.
I think the biggest thing, go on YouTube and listen to our live set. I think that's the biggest one. I think is go on YouTube. If you're like, I have no idea who these guys are, what they sound like, what do I do? You just go on YouTube. It's the first video. It's right at the top. You can listen to our whole live set that we played last year. That was our last year live set. So obviously a lot of songs have changed, but that's a big energy and feeling that you'll get right away. And then after that, if you want to find us on socials, it's Free Label Love. That's the easiest way to find us, and basically on everything. Yeah. And then check out
and stream our new singles, Dancing on Your Own and Gals for You.
Gals for You.
Those after you've done, I think that YouTube is maybe as first is required listening.
Yeah.
Because I think that Gals for You and Dancing on Your Own for us were a really big change in the way our music is going to sound. For all our unreleased music, for everything that's going to come out next year, those two songs have changed me personally. So I believe that YouTube is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And then Instagram has a lot of stuff, man. We have so much stuff on Instagram. If you want it, if you're bored, go through it.
Yeah, you can just go through it forever.
You're gonna love it.
You can just go through the reels and have fun.
We have a million of them.
Definitely.
And you're doing after this comes out, you're doing a festival this week.
Yes.
This upcoming week.
This week, yeah. There's a few festivals. We got
Flying down to Rhode Island for Rhythm and Blues in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
After that, we're going to be off to Edmonton. We're playing the University of Alberta. I think that's a private show. So
Sorry.
I mean, I'm sorry. But
and then also Into the Trees in Rossland.
yes.
Yeah. We'll be headlining the Friday night. So that's going to be
Then we're heading down to Oregon. We're heading down to California for Bearfest.
Bearfest, yeah.
And then we're going to go home
For a little bit, yeah.
for a little bit. We got stuff at home.
Yeah. We got Highland Fest. We got a bunch.
We're still working.
There's so many festivals. We got the Pickering Blues Fest as well.
Yes.
There's so many. There's so many shows. But
I'll link your stuff.
hell
Yeah, that would be the
It's
easiest
It's
way to
also
do it.
all on the website, thefreelabel.com. You can go check out all the tickets. They're all right there.
We used to be .ca, but we just bought .com. So this
we got lucky.
is a pretty big move for us.
nice.
Big
Not gonna lie.
moves.
Feels really good to be
International.
International.
Feels really good to be .com boys.
Obviously, a lot of a lot of Calgary
A
listeners.
lot of Calgary, 97%.
97% of you come out to a show, come dance, get your bell bottoms on, and come party with us. That's what we want
Bring
to
us
see.
to the Stampede. Email the Stampede.
Yeah,
Just send
everybody-
emails, mass
everybody,
emails.
yes.
But like we need the Free Label main stage headliners
Yes.
and pay them really, really nice.
Once you get booked, stop by the show again.
100%.
Done.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Cool. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I just take these off and it ends immediately.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okay.
Fire.
Done.